Good morning, y'all. I look crazy, but I decided to go live this morning because I'm gonna be doing a harvest, and I was like, quite honestly, I just have like a super busy day, and I don't think I'm gonna have time to edit like from my normal videos. So, if you catch this and you catch me while I'm going live, thank you for jumping on because it's super early in the morning. I think for us on the East Coast, it's 9 a.m. So, plus I'm trying to beat some of the heat. It's already hot, but you know, we are going to survive. It could be worse, I will say that. But I'm gonna go ahead and harvest some things, and thought it would be fun to do it this way since I know people love a good harvest. I know I do. So let's go ahead and get to it. And pardon the like jostling because this is what happens when you're trying to hold a camera and actually do stuff. I'm just putting my glove on. So I'm gonna pull these tomatoes right here. These tomatoes, we had like 4 or 5 consecutive days of rain. So this is like diatomaceous earth that y'all see here. But let me tell y'all, I came out and these were like infested with army worms. We killed over about 50 army worms off of this plant. Now that it is my fault because they were eating an old Swiss chard plant that I had here. When I say they decimated that plant, they decimated it. But of course, you give an inch, they take a mile. And some of them were climbing up my fruit, my like tomato fruits, trying to get their little worm antlers around those. So I was just like, yeah, we're not having that. This is a Chef's Choice pink tomato. I think the other one might be my early girls. So we got 4 off of that little plant. I was like, I don't know how much I'm be able to like pull. I know I'm going to be pulling tomatoes, cucumbers, green beans, and maybe a couple of peppers. There was one other thing. Oh, some strawberries. I have strawberries and blueberries that really need to come off. My blueberries, because they're covered, it gets a little challenging to try to get to them. So I was like, I uncovered them for this video. Ooh. And I realized that quite a few of them had dropped on the floor, which is not good. So I don't know if that was just a sign of like being overripe or just the jostling from the wind. So the cherry tomatoes have really been putting out. I've really been happy with this variety of cherry tomatoes. I got them from like they're either Berkeley or Ferry Morse, one or the other. But they did well for me over the fall. They're doing well now. Oh no, why would you fall down there? And I have about 4 or 5 of them throughout the garden. This little San Marzano plant is just, it has been a tragedy this season. Got that. Got one of our clementines that are almost ready off of this plant, as well as this one. I am seeing a little more scarring on like the tomatoes than they have been. I don't know what that means, like if that's a sign of anything, just as far as like age of the plant or anything like that. But is that a slug? How dare you? Get your little ugly self off of there. These bugs just be out of order. Y'all can see my squash plants a little out of order as well. Trying to take over. And I was like, I don't know where they're going. That one was climbing up into this other bed, and I was like, yeah, I can't have that because I'm definitely going to have some other squash over here. So I don't need y'all fighting for space. I am so ready for these romas to come out. The plants look like a tragedy. I was like, I don't have, let me see if I can put this somewhere over here. I was like, I'm over how they look. But this is gardening in the South, I suppose. You got a couple of aromas on this one. But the tomatoes have definitely been giving quite a bit, which is nice. I have some cucumbers on this plant here that I can go ahead and grab. Hopefully little Stanley McSlithers doesn't come out here to bother me today. So we have this little cucumber here. Drop that down. The cucumbers have been looking a little beat up coming off this plant. I have my other cucumber started and ready to go. I was like, I think I'm gonna plant it in a different location because this one is still producing. So I'm gonna cut this one. I'm doing like pickling. I'm gonna be doing some pickling. I think right now, I won't say I'm fresh cucumbered out, but I just haven't been eating as many cucumbers like that this go around. Like we did have some like fresh cucumber salad, which was nice. I made like a cucumber and tomato salad. You guys will see that eventually in a post. And I I had it as a side like 1 or 2 times. I'm just gonna grab my little chair here so we can pick some beans. But I do like cucumbers as a side. I do prefer them, I guess, in like salads or, you know, with purpose. And I just haven't really been like as creative with certain things. So, you know, I was like, all right, what can we do with the cucumbers? I was like, I'll go ahead and pickle them. We'll have more. Uh-oh, we got a little visitor in the garden. I think I named him Oscar, if I'm not mistaken. Now, he could be somebody else, you know, but we're going to call him Oscar for today. And he's going to have to deal. But I hope he's keeping these bugs at bay. You know, if you're going to live here, definitely pay your dues. So these are Capitano green beans. I don't really know what these should absolutely look like because they've been so inconsistent as far as like the sizing, coloring, and you know how thick the beans are. Like I've gotten some really large flat pods, which I'm thinking that's how they're supposed to be, but I don't know if the conditions have been great for these. I'm not really sure. So you can see how this one is poking just a little bit. But this is either like my 3rd or 4th picking from these plants. So I'm probably gonna pull these out pretty soon. For one, my squash plants, like some of them are doing okay, I guess. Like you guys can see there's this like super huge blue Guatemalan squash on the inside. But it seems like the majority of those fruits are just not, like they're dying off. So like this one here, you can see that it's I don't know if it wasn't pollinated well. Like the first couple of fruits looked like they were bruised by the plant itself, which I thought was like strange. There's like so many bugs out here. Oh, I just pulled that whole thing off. That probably ain't gonna do nothing else. Got a little bean up in here. Well, this one is kind of big, see? And this is what I'm talking about. Like, they're just so inconsistent. So I really don't know what these should look like for real. I was like, some of them naturally, well, I guess that one broke itself. Um, you get different sizes because you're not picking maybe every day. Like I picked these maybe every other day. I looked at them yesterday and I was like, I know that they needed to be picked, but I just didn't have it in me after we were out here doing like all the garden work. So this one looks pretty decent. This looks like how they should look, if I had to guess. These smell good though, I will say that. Like the plants have a interesting smell. Whew. I'm gonna tell you, I do not like digging through these bean plants though. I was like, fortunately, nothing has like startled me or been in here to be like truly concerned about, but it's just like, this is a little too much to be digging so far in. Ugh. Oh, see, that scared me. What was that? Why is that like that? That scared me. And these particular beans, now I don't think I experienced this with my other green beans last year, but these particular beans, the flies love these beans. So there's almost always like dead flies on these. And I'm just like, sir, ma'am, can you just not be dead on my food? So I was like, I think I said this in one of my videos that's coming up too, where it's just like, I don't know if it's they're mating on the green beans, and then as soon as they're done mating, you know how like sometimes, like, why are you all the way down here? Is that on the ground? No. You too. Sometimes they'll, what's the name? Like some species of males will die immediately after mating. And I was like, I'm gonna just need you to pick a better place to die aside from on the green bean I have to eat. All right, I think we got pretty good. A lot of small ones on here. Oh, this one's down here hiding out. That was a good size one. But yeah, so I'm not going to replant these here. I am going to replant green beans again. Like I have the Kentucky pole beans, they're growing up. But I do want to be able to give like some of my squashes a little bit more air. So I was not aware, and I guess I was aware, but like when I grew my green beans last over the fall, the plants did not get this tall. So I don't think I was really expecting the plants to be this tall. Oh. And then they ended up being the size that I guess bush beans are supposed to be. So I was like, okay, well, these are pretty big. So they're coming up. You guys can see like my squash plants, the powdery mildew is insane, and it is just like really hard to combat this after a certain point because it's always like super humid here. Our humidity is always like 85, 90, 95%, especially around this time. Like it's hurricane season for us, so it's just like, it's really bad. I'm hoping to get as many fruits as I can, probably in like the next 2 weeks, you know, to maybe 2 to 3 weeks. And then I'm going to start pulling some of these plants out, especially if they're not producing. So I can see on this plant already, you see how this fruit is coming in, and it's like the fruit is already yellowing as though it's going to fall off the vine. I was like, I don't think that's going to be viable fruit, but you know, we'll see what happens. But I've been losing a lot of actual fruits, and then it's time for me to like, you know, trim leaves and pick off all these like dead blossom flowers and stuff. So there's a lot of work to do there. So this is what we're working with so far. I didn't grab my aromas out the middle. Let me grab those. These plants are hanging on for dear life. Ready to pull these out too. Which there's not really that many fruits left on them. So I may go ahead and make that executive decision soon to just pull them and then let the fruits that are green ripen from green inside the house. We have some more on this side. Do I really need these cherry tomatoes here? I was like, I need to trim my plants. The plants just falling over. They're leaning on the daggone landscape fabric. This is why it's good to keep your plants to like 1 or 2 liters, because they just get a little crazy after a while. The ones that are blushing, I'm gonna leave those because we have quite a bit of tomatoes already. Oh, I wanted to pull some of these arbor chili peppers too. So my arbor chili peppers are starting to ripen, which is nice. Get those out of there and hope that they're not all eaten up. I do have some on that other plant. Whew. Wait, can I get in there? Grab a few. Get this plant working on the next set of fruit that needs to be oh, I broke a pepper, or was that just a baby? Oh, this one was growing too, so it definitely broke. Whew. Got a few little hot peppers. I have some cayennes that are red too. I probably could pull those, but I'm not going to do that today. And we got some berries that are ready over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these for sure. There's quite a few of them too. This. There was another one in here. Where did it go? There's a few of them in here. So I was like so excited. I don't know if y'all know, like my strawberries early in the season, we had a rain similar to like what we had. I think I'm gonna let that one sit for a little bit. This one I'm pretty sure is doing. I think I should pull that. We had rain similar to how we had like this last week and a half, and it definitely destroyed my strawberry plants. So it was like, what in the world? And I have these blueberries here, which are gorgeous and falling off the plant. So I have several blueberries that are actually at the bottom of this thing, and I guess I haven't been harvesting them quickly enough. Come on, there's a spider web there. Ooh, sorry, spider. So we'll get those from out the soil. Hopefully nothing is eating on them. You see that? Got some in the middle. I think those can wait a little bit. I'm gonna pull these. I feel like sometimes they get a little bit bigger, and I've been trying to let them get like bigger, but if they're gonna be falling, then I might as well take them. Oh, I don't know what that is. What is that? What kind of beetle is that? Oh, that one's split. That one might not be no good. All right. So I think that's everything I'm gonna harvest. So this is what the harvest is looking like. Very, very colorful, and I am loving it, y'all. So let me take off my little glove here. That is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this live mini harvest with me. I'm gonna go get my day started because I have so much stuff to do, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video in place of my normal 12 o'clock video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Let's learn and sewing and growing together. Bye.